So total body conditioning, instead of medium to light weights, will modify if anything bothers you. Let's just go ahead and start um, stepping out to the side. If you can also just march in place, just lifting those legs up, just warming up that lower body, or side stepping. Chest is nice and lifted. Go ahead and take it down to a low, wide squat, keeping a nice bend in your knees. If you can always stay upright as well. You can walk your feet in closer if that's more comfortable, or keep them wide. Arms are out to a T. Again, knees bent or knees straight, whichever is easiest for you. Palms facing down, chest lifted, shoulders stacked over your hips. Very nice, Mindy. Go ahead and reverse that circle. Tiny circles, opposite direction. Chin, chest is lifted. From here, draw your arms back out to a T. We're going to hinge forward at the waist. Again, your legs can be straight or bent. Give yourself a nice big hug, and then squeeze your arms together, squeezing your shoulder blades together as you lift your arms up high towards the ceiling. Deep inhales, deep exhales. Keeping it going. Go ahead and come back to a standing position. Are you able to draw one foot forward, pressing your hips back, stretching the back side? Very nice. You can hinge forward. You can hinge forward if that's comfortable, maybe bringing the same elbow down. Feeling that nice deep stretch all on the back side of your right leg. Gently pressing your toes down towards the floor, still keeping your hips towards that wall behind you. Gently rise up slowly, drawing your right foot in. Extend your left foot out. You did the left foot last time, just going to the right foot this time. Left leg is straight, right knee is bent. Hinge forward, maybe drawing that left elbow down. They don't have to connect. Feeling that deep stretch all on the back of your left leg. On your next exhale, gently release your toes down towards the floor, maybe releasing your hand towards your foot. Gently rise up, roll your shoulders back, draw the shoulders forward. Warm up that upper body here. Gently cross your right arm across your body, gently pulling your right forearm in towards your left shoulder, maybe bumping your hips side to side if that's comfortable for you. Full exhale. On your next inhale, gently open your arms out wide. Cross the left arm across the right side of your body, just gently pulling your left forearm in towards your right shoulder, avoiding your left wrist, your left elbow. Hold it here for the full exhale. Inhale, open your arms nice and wide. Release your right elbow up towards the ceiling, and then dropping your right hand behind your shoulder blades. Open, circle out your wrist, releasing that left arm behind your shoulder blades, trying to keep your chin and chest lifted. Release your arm, circle out your wrist, draw your right hand forward, palms facing out, fingertips down, then gently pulling your fingertips in towards your body. Keep that right arm in front, and then bring your palms still facing out, fingertips up, and gently bring your fingertips in towards your shoulder. Just a gentle pull. Release your right hand, circle out your right wrist. Draw your left hand forward, palm facing out, fingertips down, gently pulling your left fingertips in towards your body with your right hand. Very gentle pull. Releasing your fingertips, bringing your fingertips up towards the ceiling, so a palm facing out, and just gently pulling your fingertips in towards the same shoulder. Gently circle out your wrist. Go ahead and grab a sip of water. All right, let's get right into it. We got 45 seconds on, 15-second breather. We'll do these moves 3 times through. We have 4 moves in this round. We're going to grab a set of medium weights. We have a hip width squat, rise to stand, feet are planted, alternating overhead shoulder press. 45 seconds is on the clock, so weights to your shoulders, hip width squat, overhead press, come down to that squat, overhead press. Slow and controlled. That's it, keep it going. Coming up next, we have a bicep curl with a calf raise. This entire round, we're gonna stay standing. Alternating overhead press as you rise to stand, stacking their shoulders directly over your hips. Just reaching that arm up high towards the ceiling. 5 more seconds here. Last 2. And 1. Release your hands down. Roll your shoulders up and back. Feet are still planted, hip width apart and parallel, palms facing up. We have a calf raise with a bicep curl and release. Join me in 2 and 1. Keep a soft bend in your knees. Avoid locking out your knees. Keep a nice soft bend. Hammer curl with a calf raise. You can do a single curl with feet planted, calf raise separate. You can do a calf raise with alternating bicep curl. Keep it going. You're already 20 seconds down. Round 1, so strong. You've got this. Keep it going. Very nice. We're going to keep both those weights here in 3, 2, and 1. Relax your shoulders down. We're going to draw our feet slightly wider than our hips. From here, we're going to bring the weights down between our knees, rise up, and we're going to push those weights forward. So it's a power push forward. So drop down with that squat, power push forward. Drop down, push it forward. Use your abs to control your upper body as you press your knuckles away from your body, controlling that movement. Press your hips back towards the wall behind you. Keep it going. Grounding through all 3 points of your feet. Less than 20 seconds to go. That's it. We're going to drop 1 weight next. We have kettlebell swings coming up next. Finishing up this 4th set of moves. Last 5, 3, 2, and 1. Release 1 weight down. You can go heavier here. Walk your feet slightly wider than your hips again. Toes are slightly turned out. From here, we're going to alternate passing that weight. If you have a kettlebell, that's great. If not, just use that dumbbell. We'll draw it down and up, down and up. So you're going to bring that weight out in front of your face. You can do a gentle pass off from one hand to the next. You can also float that weight up in air. Please don't drop it on yourself or on the floor. Chest stays lifted here. Getting that heart rate back up. 20 seconds to go. We're back to the top with our hip width squat with the weight on the shoulders to a standing overhead press, alternating right to left to right. Dumbbell pass under swing or kettlebell swing. All right, grab that second weight. We're going for round 2 here. Feet are hip width apart and parallel. Weights to your shoulders. Roll your shoulders up and down. Find your focus. Catch your breath. Give me a nice squat. Rise up. Squat and press. Keep it going, alternating, pressing that weight up from one shoulder to the next. Forgot to set my workout here. Keep it going. I always say it doesn't count if you don't track it. That's it. Slow it down as much as you need to. You can pick up that pace whenever you're ready. We're nice and warm now. Second time doing these moves. Last 10. Bicep curl with a calf raise. Last 2 and 1. Finish up where you're at. Keep those weights. You can go heavier. You can go lighter. palms facing up. All right, we're going in 3, 2, and 1. Calf raise with the bicep curl. Still going. You can walk your feet out wider if you'd like. You can walk your feet in closer together. See what feels good to you today. Maybe it's different with each round. This is round 2 of 3. That's it, 20 seconds to go. Palm facing up, bicep curl with a calf raise. Lift and lower. We have that squat to a power push forward. In 5, 3, 2, and 1. Relax those shoulders. All right, so you can keep your feet hip width apart and parallel. Bring the weights down by the side. You can walk them further out. Bring the weights in between your knees. Whichever is more comfortable for you. We're going squat, press it forward. Squat down, press it forward. Very nice. Maybe pick up that pace. Get that cardio going. Keep your chest lifted. Press those hips back. Weights down to the outside ankle or in between your knees if you're drawing your feet wider than your hips. Keep it going. Last 15. Low squat, rising to a power push forward. Last 7. You've got 3, 2, and 1. All right, set one weight down. Go a little bit heavier here. Feet are wider than your hips, toes turned out. We're going in 5. Kettlebell or dumbbell swings. Grab that weight of choice. As you squat down, draw that weight between your ankles. As you rise up, avoid locking out your knees. Keep a micro bend in your knees. You're drawing that weight up in front. If you have that kettlebell, maybe keep both hands or do a single arm raise if you have that dumbbell. Just alternating. Again, you can float it in midair, catching it with the opposite hand. You can also do a warm handoff. Very nice. Keep it going. Finishing round 2, so strong. Low squat, rise up. Last 2, and 1. All right, we've got one more round. We're back to the top. Hip width air squat to an overhead press, alternating right to left to right, going in 2, and 1. Weights to your shoulders. Give me a low squat, rise up. Now, we're starting with hip width squats. You can make it a narrow squat. You can make it a wider squat. Do whatever is more comfortable for you. Adjust those feet. If this doesn't work for you this evening, that's okay. Change up your foot position. Very nice, Mindy. Way to stay with it. Chest is lifted. Overhead press. Last 10 here. You've got 5. Last 2. And 1. Release it down. We're back to those bicep curls with the calf raise. Again, adjust those feet. Take out that calf raise if it's not working for you. Add it in when it is. Palms facing up. Calf raise with a bicep curl. You can combine those two movements together. You can do a bicep curl, release, curl, lift the heels, and lower. 30 seconds to go. Last time here with the calf raises. You've got it. Keep it going. We have that squat to a power push forward. One last time. Curl, calf raise, alternating or combine the two moves together for 5. Last 3, 2, and 1. Release it down. Adjust your feet if you need to. Together. hip width wider, maybe even wider than wider. Do what you need to do. Soft bend those knees. Weights by your side or between your knees. Squat, power push forward. Squat, press it forward. Try to pick up that pace here. This is the last time we're doing this. Control those movements. Press the weight directly out in front of your shoulders. Keep it going. That's it. Last 20 seconds here. Ground through your feet. Maybe widen your stance, bringing those weights in between. Bring the feet together if you'd like. Bring the weights to the outer ankles. Last 10. That's it. Kettlebell swing in 2. And 1. All right. 1 weight. 1 kettlebell. Your choice. Feet are wider than your hips. Toes slightly turned out. Keep a soft bend in those knees. Avoid locking out those knees at all times. In that low squat. Bringing that weight in between and then switching. Chest stays lifted. Press the hips back. Knees tracking out over your toes, not passing your toes. So widen your stance if you need to. Maybe lessen the squat as you bend into your knees. Keep it going. Very nice. Still going. Still moving. Maybe smiling through. You have a break after this. Last 10. We're going to come onto the floor next. We'll be on our back for the entire time. Last 1. All right, come on down. So from here, let's come onto our back. Grab those weights. You might want to go a little bit lighter here. You still got 20 seconds. Just making some adjustments here. All right, we're going to use, let's use those medium weights to begin with. All right, grabbing those medium weights. Bend into your knees. Zip your legs together, reverse tabletop. Elbows tucked into your sides, resting your head down. Give me a neutral press for legs extend. Legs bend as you lower your elbows down to the floor. Don't tap the floor. Keep that distance between your elbows and the floor. You can do a neutral press, just press your knuckles up and then extend the legs and bend. We're working the chest. We're working that bra area. We're working our lower abs here. Now, if your lower back is lifting off of the floor, if your belly is doming outwards, lift your legs up to diagonal, maybe directly up towards the ceiling, just extending and bending your knees. Last 2. And 1. Go ahead and release your feet down. Maybe go lighter here with the weights. Come back to that reverse tabletop. When you found the weight of your choice, we have dead bugs. Weight is in your right hand. So left arm, right leg are going to be non-moving. Right arm, left leg extends. Draw them back to that reverse tabletop. You can just release your left hand down by your left hip. You can draw it out to a broken T. You can cactus that arm, elbow wide behind your head. Maybe placing that left hand, palm facing down under your hip for more support. Keep it going. Your lower back is still pressed into that floor. Drawing your navel deep into your spine. Left arm, right leg are not moving. Right knee is directly over your right hip. That's it. You've got 7 seconds. Stay with it. All right, come back to the center. Place that weight into your left hand. If you did the left hand before, just do the right hand. So left arm, right leg, right hand by your side, out to a T, any of those options. Left arm, right leg, extend, draw it in, extend, draw it in. Navel pulled into your spine the entire time. Lower back press into that floor. Not a bit of air, not a drop of water can get between your lower back and that floor. Left leg is not moving, left knee bent, left knee directly over your left hip. Extending that right leg long, maybe low to a hover. Maybe diagonally up towards the ceiling as you extend that left arm. Maybe taking out the arm extension. Do what you can. Right arm by your hip, under your hip, out to a T, cactus, behind your head, any variation. That time just flew by. All right, come back, grab those medium to heavy weights. We're gonna do a wide arm chest press with a glute bridge, raise and lower this time. So elbows are out from your shoulders, slightly angled down, palms facing towards your toes. Keep your bend in your knees, feet are hip width apart and parallel. Lift your hips as you press your thumbs up towards one another. Keep it going. Deep exhale, deep inhale. Exhale as you press the weights up. You can combine the chest press with the glute bridge, or you can alternate. Because we're doing the upper body as well, you don't want to lift your shoulders off of the floor. Keep your shoulders intact with the floor. Just your glutes lift, squeezing your glutes. Maybe lifting them higher off the floor. All right, last one. Release those weights down. Catch your breath. We're back to the top. Weights in by your side, elbows bent to 90, palms facing in. Draw your knees to that reverse tabletop, zip your legs together. We're gonna press up, neutral press, extend your legs to a hover, release. Just gazing up towards the ceiling, avoid straining your neck, trying to look side to side. Keep it going, this is round 2. And again, you can break down the moves. Giving me a narrow chest press, draw the elbows back in, hovering. You can extend the legs, draw them back in over the hips, or you can combine those two moves together. The lower your legs go, the more challenging it is. Keep in mind, navel pulled into your spine, last 10 seconds here. Stay with it. We have those dead bugs coming up next. Gently release down. Finishing up where you're at, grab one weight. Let's start with the left hand this time. Coming to that reverse tabletop, knees bent at 90, knees over your hips. Left arm towards the ceiling, right hand by your hip. Left arm, right leg, extends and bends. I think we started with this side last time too. Keep it going. I was trying to be cool and alternate. That's it, left arm, right leg extends and bends. Remember your options with your right hand. Keeping that navel pulled into your spine, lower back zip to the floor. Maybe not lowering your left arm, right leg as close towards the floor. Keep it going. Extend, draw them back to that reverse tabletop. You've got 10 more seconds here. Left arm, right leg, extend, draw them back in line. Keep it going. All right, draw that knee back over your hip. Release the weight from your left hand over to your right. Right arm is up towards the ceiling. Left hand by your side or any option of your choice. Left hand, right leg not moving. Extend your right arm, left leg long, and then draw them back in. 45 seconds have begun. Remember to keep your lower back pressed in towards the floor. It does not matter how low your right arm and left leg go towards the floor. You want to make sure that your belly's not doming outwards. Just resting your neck flat on the floor, gazing up towards the ceiling. Maybe noticing how this side feels different than the other side. That's perfectly normal. Extend, draw them back into that reverse tabletop position. Is your right knee moving? Is it creeping up towards your shoulder? Draw it back down over your hip. Keep it going. Last 2 and 1. Set that lighter weight if you have it off to the side. Grab those slightly heavier weights. Elbows out from your shoulders, then draw the elbows slightly down. Palms are facing in towards your feet. Walk your feet out wider than your hips. Knees wider than your hips. Give me that wide arm chest press, wide glute bridge. Feeling that extra work in your outer glutes here. Remember, you're not lifting your shoulders, just your hips, just your glutes. Feel like tapping down and pressing your hips, pressing your arms back up towards the ceiling. Maybe getting those hips higher without lifting another inch of your shoulder. Keep it going, 11 more seconds here. Press up and release, tap, press, release, tap. Last 3, 2, and 1. Bring it all back together. Reverse tabletop. Tuck those elbows in towards your rib cage. Elbows are bent at 90, knuckles up towards the ceiling. Legs are zipped together. We're going to press those knuckles up as we extend the legs out long to a hover. And release, drop back in. Press, extend, and release. Or you can press, release, extend, and bend. Press, release, extend, and bend. Arms and legs together, or one and then the other. Keep those legs zipped together. Big toe, knees, keeping everything zipped, one long line. Last time doing this, you've got 10 more seconds here. We're gonna go for those lighter weights in just a moment. Last round of dead bugs coming up in 3, 2, and 1. Finish up where you're at. Maybe grab that lighter weight if you choose to. All right, weights in your right hand this time. I'm gonna switch it up. Knees in reverse tabletop, left hand by your side. Right arm, left leg, extend and draw them back in line. Extend, back in line. Really focus here on your breath. Inhale as you extend. Exhale as you draw that right arm over your right shoulder, left knee over your left hip. Lower back is pressed in towards the floor. Actively engage your abs. Keep it going. Extend. Draw it in line. 15 seconds here. You got it. Keep it going. Keep that right leg completely still. You got 3, 2, and 1. Draw that left knee back over your hip. Place the weight into your left hand. Release your right hand by your hip, under your hip, out to a T, behind your elbow or cactus. Left arm, right leg are completely still. Left arm, right leg extends to a hover, and then draw it in. Keeping that left leg, right arm, not moving, unless of course you change positions of your right hand. Knuckle up towards the ceiling with that left hand, with that weight. Right leg, left arm extends. Draw them back in line. Keep it going. You've got this. Extend. Draw it in. Last 10. You got it. Way to stay with it. Last 3, 2, and 1. Release the feet down. This time, zip your legs together, feet and knees. Wide arm chest press with a narrow zipped leg glute bridge. Raise and lower, elbows slightly lower than your shoulders. Knuckles up towards the ceiling. Squeeze your glutes. Lift your arms, lift your legs, or one at a time. As you lower, switch into the upper body or lower body. Keep it going. If the glute bridge isn't suiting you today, take it out. If the chest press isn't working for you, take that out. Just do what you can today. Keep it going. Squeeze your glutes. Not just at the top if you're doing the glute bridge, but the entire time as you tap down, even if you're keeping your hips connected to the floor, squeeze your glutes, squeeze your thighs together. Actively engaging everything. You got 7 seconds. Last 3, 2, and 1. Come on up. All right. Hope that was a good exasperation. At least they work out with you. I try to get mine to work out with me, and they won't. Only when the sun's shining. All right, So we're gonna do a low wide squat. We got 2 punches, and then we're gonna hop to the side. Is that okay with you? 2 punches and hop. You can also just stay right here and punch it out. Okay. Don't push it. All right, I'll do it in place with you. 45 seconds starts in 2 and 1. Low, wide, just punch it out. Left, right, left, right. Maybe sink those hips lower. You could also keep the legs straight, staying up top. You want more of that core work. Really twist over to the side. Keep it going. That's it. Really punch those arms out to the side. 20 seconds to go. Keep it moving. We've got upper body next. Just punches. Last 5, 3, 2, and 1. All right, next up, maybe adjust your weights if you'd like. We have a V raise and lower. We're going in 5. You can keep going if you want. I see you. V raise and lower. Sorry, I didn't mention the timer hasn't started yet. Perfectly fine. I used to do a class and I would not do any breaks, or I'd make it an active rest in between, so maybe I'll try that with you next time. All right, 20 more seconds here. Then we're gonna grab one heavier weight. We've got core to close out our 3rd set of moves. Last 10. Last 5. All right, release those weights down. Maybe grab a heavier weight. Feet are grounded, hip width apart and parallel. You can always widen your stance as well. Weight is at heart center. We're gonna come down to a small squat. We're gonna rock that weight from left side to right side and squat. Just left side to right side. We'll do right to left next. Keep your core. I'm sorry? Exactly. Just around the crown of your head. Don't hit your head. I don't know if you use hair clips, but I've got this big thing and I always forget when I do these moves. Whack myself in the back of the head. Yep, that'll do it too. That too. All the things. Whew. All right, now we have the other side. So same thing, just that squat, weight at heart center as you rise up, weight to the right side, over to the left, and then squat down low. 45 seconds. This side's always challenging for me because of my left shoulder. I'll either whack myself in the right temple or at the back of my head. As you draw that weight around the crown of your head, actively squeeze your thighs together, even if they're not touching. Actively engage your abs, squeeze your glutes. Nothing is moving except your upper body as you wrap that weight around the crown of your head. 15 seconds to go. Low squat, rise up, right side around the back, over to the left side. 7 more seconds. That's it. Last one. All right. Medium or lighter weights. We have those low, wide punches again in 7. Maybe I'll take out the brakes after this. All right, just punch it out, left and right. Just side to side. Maybe extend that arm over to the side. If you are, maybe pivot on the foot if you're able to, or just hold it more so. I was thinking, as I was saying, I was like, probably not so much. But just hold it more close to the front. You can do it to the side, kind of. Just make sure you're being mindful of that knee and not to twist too far. Keep it in the upper body, not the lower body, if you're not pivoting on that foot. Last 10. We've got those V-rays. We'll go right into it. Let's skip that 15-second breather. We don't need it. You don't need it. Last 2 and 1. Right into those standing V-raises. 45 seconds on the clock. You can vary your stance if you like. Narrow, hip width, or wide. The more narrow your feet, the harder it's going to be for that balance. So you can always widen that stance if you'd like. Slow and control. Think however long it takes you to rise those arms up. Same time to lower the hands down towards your hips. Keep it going. You're already 30 seconds down. We're grabbing that slightly heavier weight or just setting one of the lighter weights down. And 7, halo wrap. Let's start to the right side this time. Squat, right side to left side. All right, going right into it. Nice low squat, right to left. Release down, back to heart center. Squat down, right to left. Low squat, right to left. 15 seconds down, less than 30 to go here. Finishing so strong. You're looking great, Mindy. That's it. You've got it. We're all stronger than we think. I think the most challenging part about injuring yourself is just not being able to do things that you could do before. It's not trying new things. It's the basic tasks that you would do day to day. Oh, and let's just switch sides, going right into it. I'm not sure if you feel the same way, but that's how I feel with any injury I've had. Yeah. Gotta keep it out of the shower. It is always a challenge. It does. It does. I'll tell you here. So we're going back to those punches. So adjust your feet if you need to. Adjust those weights. Back to those punches. This last round. A few years ago, when I say few, 10 years ago, I broke my left ankle, and I taught dance, all that stuff back then too. Danced my whole entire life. Physical therapy was like, you have to stay off your foot. And I'm like, there's no way. Put me in a soft cast, I'm gonna still dance. And I still to this day, I love PT. I think what I did was amazing, but I think that had I not stayed on it and stayed active, that it'd be stiff and it wouldn't have healed as fast. Like I still kept going to PT like 3 times a week, but I feel like it healed a lot faster, if you know what I mean. Yep. Yep. It's so true. It is so true. But I also feel like the older we get, I can attest to this as well, you just don't heal as fast as you used to. That's okay. My husband and I were in Turks and Caicos a few years ago. It's actually where we got engaged at. And we had rented bikes from the place we were staying at. We got those halo wraps next. So go ahead and adjust those weights if you need to. We're going to do this 1.5 minutes straight through. Let's go left to right. We were in Turks and Caicos, and I was like, oh, let's rent these bikes. I haven't been on a bike in like 15 years probably. And I was trying to be cool and hop this curb, and of course I had my brand new ring on, and I got up and I was all scuffed up, and I was like, but the ring is fine. So the bicycle thing is not, it's not just you, we all do it. Oh. So you did or did not break it? Okay. We're just going to switch that direction. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Oh, man. And how long ago was this? How long ago was this? Was the fall? Oh, man. But you're already back at working out, which is fantastic. You can set the weight down. Oh, no. That fell on you too, you said? Yep. Though, I mean, hey, what works? Whatever works. And then just switch. Yeah, it's interesting. Did physical therapy, get all tongue-tied. Did physical therapy say not to do anything or just take it easy? That's awesome. Yeah, 7 pounds is a lot for a laptop. Yep. Mm-hmm. Are you still in a cast now, or is the cast off? Yeah. Good. The swelling takes a lot of time to go down. It's always the last thing. That and the bruising. And you said that the bruising was pretty gnarly. Hmm?